It's your brother Yahawah, back with another In Transit. This will be early morning thoughts. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to push the button. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, taught me this truth. Salutation, brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation to my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And I'm going to pray that this in transit lesson be edifying to the elect. So, through the spirit, I just woke up. I watched a little bit of Apostle Gabar's video from last night. And it was going into this video that this bug out posted that the elder Amuan Gabar posted on his channel with these AI generated videos of Naquam from WFI, Apostle Ramlab, Apostle Tahar, and basically showing them like eating bread or something, what appeared to be drinking blood, man. And it was real, bugged out. And this made me think about the persecution, how they can easily use that, to persecute brothers, to try to basically frame brothers, make us seem something that we're not, because the scriptures tell us to I said a brain fart, I'm driving. Well, the Lord said, Yahawashi said, if this was my kingdom, my people would fight. And the Lord said, be as wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. There goes the water, Yahawashi. Do nothing that the ministry would be blamed, roughly paraphrasing, man. So there's all these scriptures, that tell us to just go out and teach the word, man. We're not doing anything. All we do, as we we're taught to do, we live a simple life, man. We come out, we work, we get our daily bread, try to pray, all the time, and do our lessons and keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of our ability, and that's it. Go right back home and then, rinse and repeat, So we're not doing any of these things, and the elites know that, so that's why they would have to use, this AI or FF events, in order to blame the ministry. And they're gonna convince a lot of people, but they're not gonna convince the elect, So that if it were at all possible, they would fool the very elect. But the point is, if it was possible, which it's not, the elect will still stand firm. They won't be swayed by these, demonic ass videos and AI that they're putting out, man. But all of this is gonna definitely lead to the famine of the word, man. Because they're gonna be, coming after brothers and taking brothers' channels down. Where the word won't be able to go forth anymore. But if, when that happens, that means that the elect have been sealed, and that means everything is coming to a complete end. And our Lord and Savior Yahawashi is soon to come, man. As this society continues to collapse, man. So it's definitely a beautiful time to be alive, And I say all that to say this, man. For you any newer listeners, we say it all the time. Seek the Lord while he may be found. putting that off from day to day. Why? Because suddenly shall his wrath come forth in a time when they are not looking, man. And soon he's going to make his men's tongue cleave to the roof of their mouths, man. And that'll be the famine of the word. And if you don't have it, then you're through, man. You know? The men of the Lord have been out sighing and crying on the highways and byways and on the internet, the unicorn, for decades, man. You know? So if you don't take heed while the water's flowing, then you're gonna be left behind, man. Get right before you get left. Get this word while the getting is good. What the fuck is it like? You know? Get this word while the getting is good, man. There's a lot of evils that are soon to come. And unless you have Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi on your side, man, you're going to be left out there. You're not going to have that hedge of protection that we're all going to need to protect us and keep us from all these perils that are on the way, man, that are on the horizon. You know? All the different, earthquakes that are going on, these different natural disasters. There's so many things that are happening. There's so many ways for people to be destroyed that you want protection from all of that. We need protection from all of that because it's gonna get ugly out here, man. When shit hits the fan, man, it's gonna be disastrous. And I think about this all the time when I look at the people in the world here in Babylon. How you gonna just turn into the lane and not let me go? But that's and that's exactly what I'm talking about. All these selfish ass people. All they care about is me, F you. So what happens when everybody is suffering a calamity at the same time? It's gonna be chaos, man. It's gonna be absolute utter chaos, man. The best example I can give right now coming to mind is when people are at a club or something, and somebody starts shooting, and everybody rushes for the door and starts trampling each other. So how much more when there's no food, when there's no 911, The scriptures speak about they should be trodden down as a mire in the streets. These women are going to be getting ravished. It's going to be all out hell, when there's no law and order anymore. It says in second Ezra 15, that they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the power of their actions shall stand in their power, roughly paraphrasing. So once people start saying, you know what, I don't give a damn anymore, the government don't care about me, I gotta get it myself, and everybody has this collective almost like a hive mind type of thing. Everybody's thinking the same way. Then everybody's gonna start getting. They're gonna start clicking up, just like you see in the movies, man. In the zombie apocalypse movies, man. You start seeing everybody. They got their little sections and everything. Got the little groups, their little militias and what have you. That's gonna be on a full scale, man. I mean, people, when people don't have no gas because gas is ran out, it's a blackout, so the gas stations don't even work anyway because they're running off electricity. People don't have lights. There's Candace Owens was speaking about a possible what do you call it, an event happening mid-December in like a week or so, you know. And then I was watching I forget his name, but he's like a prepper dude, and he was bringing out an article that how the National Guard are preparing for the Olympics. The Olympics are going to be here next year, 2026, and you know, they're thinking, you know, there could be some kind of event possibly too. So we never know, you know, how the Lord's going to make it play out, but we do know something major is going to happen. And we know that the as the scriptures say, you know, they know that they're going to come down with great wrath because they know that they have but a short time. Revelation 12:12. So we know that something major is going to come soon, and they gotta speed things up so they can try to get to their NWO, man, and try to get everybody C-hips, you know. And that's their plan. But as the scriptures say, they shall not be able to accomplish their enterprise, man. You know, so they're gonna try their best, but they're not only gonna be able to go so far. You know, it says right when they fill their belly, you know, the Lord is gonna cast them down. Right when they're about to fill their belly, the Lord is gonna cast them down. You know. So there's a lot of major things going on. You know, stay prayed up. You know, we gotta remember to be circumspect. You know, because the days are evil, man. There's a lot of evils that are on the way, man. Scriptures say, many great miseries shall befall them that live in the latter day, because they have lived in great pride. Roughly paraphrasing, man. I think that's the 8th chapter. You know, so we gotta stay locked in as much as possible. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, you know, and continue to watch as well as pray. That's pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to speak on that, you know, while I'm working this morning. Some early morning thoughts. You know, I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to the elect. And I want to thank Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to push the button. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of this bitch. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom, abab abal, and kwam yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.